Good morning to you all.
Good morning.
Yes,
How are you guys?
fine.
Welcome, Ahmed, Turkey, Khalid, and Badr. I'm so happy that you've attended this session. And I hope also that you find it as beneficial as I think it is. Okay? So let us not waste any time and start with our lesson. I'm going to share my screen and you would tell me if everything is clear for you. Just a minute. Okay. Share screen. Welcome, Badr. Okay. Can you see now?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where are you, Khalid? Okay, please, guys, keep your camera on throughout the session, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Khalid, would you please tell me which lesson are we going to tackle today?
Effects of outliers.
Bravo. It's lesson 12.7, the effects of outliers. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to determine the effect of outliers on measures of center. Do you have any idea what an outlier is?
No.
No, I know that. It is a completely new term for you all. But before starting with explaining the meaning of outlier, let us recall what we've learned so far when it comes to the centers of measures. We have a new participant, it's Abdullah.
And then he left. No, he joined now.
Okay. Hopefully his audio, yes.
Yes.
Audio would work.
He's mute.
Okay. Good morning, Abdullah.
Good morning, Miss.
I'm so happy that you've joined us. How's everything so far? Good?
Yeah, good.
Okay, happy to hear that. Okay, we've just said that our lesson for today is lesson, well, let me just show you the title once again. It's the effects of outliers. It is lesson 12.7. It is a completely new term for you, but at the same time, it is an easy one to understand once you pay attention and you focus on the lesson. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, Ahmed Nabhan, what are we going or what will we able to do at the end of this lesson?
By the end of the lesson, by the end of this lesson, you will be able to determine the effect of outer line on measures of center.
Okay, it's outliers, okay, just like two words, compound words, out and liars. So by the end of this lesson, we will be able to determine the effects of outliers. What does this tell me? This tells that the outlier has actually a major effect on my data analysis, okay? Let's first recall what we've learned so far. Mode. Khalid, can you tell me what mode is?
Mode is the range, is the difference between the lowest value and the highest value.
No, this is the range. Pay attention. Mode, read
Miss?
next to it. It's in blue. Yes, Abdullah?
The mode is the number that is coming twice or more.
Wow,
Yes.
excellent. It's the most recurrent one. Very good, Abdullah. I'm so proud of you. This means that you really understood the last lesson. Yes, mode is the value that appears most often in a set of data. Like I might have number 2 in the data set, let's say repeat it 4 or 5 times, but number 7 is repeated 10 times. So number 7 is the mode, okay? Now, Khalid, would you read what range is?
The median is the middle number.
No, the range. Repeat the range.
The range is the difference between the lowest value and the highest value.
Yes, we know that in a data set
Miss?
we have. Yes.
Can I do median?
Badr, do not interrupt, please. Once we move, you can ask. Okay, my dear?
Okay.
Range is the difference between the lowest value and the highest value. Remember, when we speak of data, we're speaking mainly of numbers. So if I find the difference, or if I get the highest value, then I subtract from it the lowest value. What would I get? The
range.
Bravo. Yes, Badr, would you tell us what median is?
The median is the middle number of the numbers.
Values.
Yes, of the data values. True. But in order
Miss,
to know,
if it's an even number,
Mhm.
we divide it.
Bravo. Okay. But before doing anything better, what is the main and most important thing I need to do before figuring out the median?
See which put the order from least to greatest.
Excellent. So I cannot find the median if I don't put the data sets or the data values from the lowest to the greatest. Now, just like
Yes.
Badr said, if I have an even number, like if I have 6 numbers, the middle 2, I will add them together, divide them by 2, and that would be my median. Now, the question is, what if I have an uneven set of numbers? What would I do?
You just you put it from least to greatest, and then you just get the middle one.
Exactly. Very good. Please, let's all clap for him. Can you clap using your emoji on the Zoom application? Do you know how to do it? Bravo. Yes, very good. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, that's it. And finally, me and Turkey.
Miss, can I do it?
The mean is the total of all the
next
values
one.
divided by the number of the values.
Okay, can you explain more, Turkey, what mean is? How do we
Miss,
find the mean?
Can
Wait,
I explain?
It's
wait.
the total, but you have to divide it with the values.
Okay, with the number of values. Do you agree with that, Abdullah Sahel?
Yeah.
Yes. So to find the mean, I must add up all the numbers, and then I divide the sum I get by the number of values I have. Clear so far?
Yes.
So these are the very important terms in measures of center. Now we will move with the newly introduced word for this lesson, which is the outlier. What is an outlier? Let's guess together. Let's divide it into 2 parts, out and liar. What is the meaning of out?
Outside.
Out.
Yes,
Outside.
it's out, it's far away, right? And liar, it's not liar that he lies, it could be lying somewhere. So it is actually something that lies outside a group.
Miss,
Yes?
I have the book.
Hey, but don't look now, Badr. I know that even if you have the book, you need this discussion to assimilate it very well. Okay, do not open the book, please. Just rely on our discussion for now. So, outlier, out means that it is not part of a group lying together. So, Abdullah Sahel, would you read, please?
An outlier is a value that is much less or more greater than the other values in a data set.
Okay, so when I say it is outside, it means either much less or much greater. Okay, continue, Abdullah, please.
An outlier may greatly affect the mean of data set. This may give a misleading impression of the data.
Okay, so today we will learn the effect. The meaning of outlier is clear to you all. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, it's either much less or much greater. Clear? Okay, now we need to study the effect of outlier. Let's look first here. What do you see in front of you guys? What do we call it?
A dot plot.
Bravo, a dot.
Timeline.
Bravo. And you know, what does each dot represent?
The number of 8 and the number of...
Yes. In a data set, or just like if I have any data in a table, instead of just looking at the table, I can organize it using the dot plot, right? Okay, based on what you see in front of you, Ahmed Nabhan, can you tell me what is the outlier here? Which number is the outlier? Only Ahmed Nabhan, please.
20.
20, why? Is it out of a group? We said outlier, like lying outside the group. Does it look 20?
8.
Far away. Who says 8? Raise your hands, those who believe it's 8. Badr, Turkey, Hamad, Abdullah, yes. What about you, Khalid? You believe it's 8 or 20?
20.
No, you're wrong.
Miss,
8.
Miss, I tell you why it's 8.
Tell me.
Because 14, 16, 14 and 15 and 16 and the rest are next to each other, but 8 is far from it.
8 is so far.
Exactly. That's what I wanted you to get. And know what exactly the word outlier means. So the outlier, Khalid, is the number that is either very less, much less, just like 8. Look at it. It's much less than 14, right? As if it's away, it's far from the other group. So we can see that numbers from 14 to 20 form a group, while 8 is outside, is lying outside the group. Clear? So
Miss, can there be 2 outliers
no,
or more?
no.
Only
Usually
one?
it's one. Usually it's one, yes. Okay, let's proceed. So a dot plot, Khalid, pay attention, makes it easy to see which values are close together and which values are much less or much greater than the other values. Clear?
Yes. If we don't have a dot plot, what will we do?
Exactly, that's a very good question. Thank you for asking.
Will we see?
Let's figure out.
Will we see which one is the?
Let's see. Okay. Turkey, would you read the questions for us?
On a date that is displayed in a dot plot, where would you look to find an outlier?
Just like this one, this dot plot we just saw. Where would be the outlier?
Number 8.
The least number.
So either to the left or to the
Right.
right. Could it be in the middle? Could it be in the middle? No, it cannot. Look here. Okay, it cannot be in the middle. Let me just choose here. Okay, see? It's here on the side, either left or right. Now, how can you identify an outlier in a data set without using a dot plot? That's Badr's question. Who can help out answer this question? Ahmed Nabhan. If I don't have a dot plot, where would I find, or how would I find an outlier? Like, can you remind me, Ahmed, what's the meaning of outlier? Ahmed, what's the meaning of outlier? Abdullah Sahel, would you help us?
Yeah.
What is an outlier? It's a number that is?
It's far away from the others.
Okay, and by far away we mean either less, much less, or much? What?
More.
Bravo.
More.
Much less or much greater. So for me to identify a data set, what can I do? I can put the data from least to greatest, and then I would choose either the least one or the greatest one if it's far away from the other range. Is it clear now, Badr?
Yes.
So please read
Miss,
that, Badr. Tell me.
how can you identify which one, Miss?
Now read it.
Order the data from least to greatest identify any values that are much less or much greater than the other values. So, Miss, we put it from least to greatest, and then we say which number is the least number, and then that's the outliner.
No, it's not only that, my dear. We should look if it's very less, much less, or much greater. We would have an example now and no. Because remember, it could be either this or that. Okay? Let me ask Abdullah to turn on his camera. So let's move on. If the outlier is less than the other values, the mean will be less than what it would be without the outlier. So now we're discussing the effect of the outlier on the mean. If the outlier is greater than the other values, the mean will be greater than it would be without the outlier. Okay, I'll tell you something. Suppose I distributed your exam papers, okay? And let's say that all of you guys took, let's say the quiz or the test is over 20. All of you took 18, 19, 20. So what would be the mean or the average of your test scores as grade 6A class?
20.
No, if we have
19.
Yes, 19.
18.
That would be the middle.
18.
19.
19.
As I said, the scores range from 18 to 20, right? So most probably the average would be
18.5.
depending on the number of values, right, Badir? We would find the mean by adding up all the sums and dividing by the number of students. But suppose now it's 19, right? Okay, a question now. Turkey, if I have someone who took 5 out of 20, would the average of the class stay 19?
No,
No, what would happen to the average of the class?
it will become 5.
No, it will not become 5, but it will for sure become less than 19 or 18, right? Because one of
The outlier will be 5.
Yes, bravo. The outlier is
Because
5.
he got the least.
Exactly, and it's far away from the others, much less than
Yes.
the others. But when I study the effect Ahmed Nabhan, I mean that if one of the students took 5 out of 20, the average of the class would not be 18.5 or 19 or even 19.5 anymore. It would be something, let's say, in the 13, 14, whatsoever. So it is less, right? So this means that the outlier would decrease the mean. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's study it the way around. Suppose all the classroom got 10, all your classmates got 10 out of 20. And then
Yes.
one child got 20 over 20. Would the average stay 10 or it would increase?
It will increase.
Increase.
Yes, increase because the outlier is much greater. It will help increase the mean.
Yes, because you said from it's okay to be lower or higher.
Exactly. But now my aim is, remember what was the objective of the lesson? It is to study the effect of the outlier on the mean. Okay? So if the outlier is much higher, much greater, the mean would increase or decrease?
Decrease.
Increase.
Increase. Pay attention. Increase. Why? Because the outlier is higher. Remember the test scores, right? If all your classmates got 10 and one of them got 20, then the outlier or the average actually would increase because of the outlier.
Increase, yes.
Yes. Now, the way around, if all your classmates got 20 and one only got 5, what would happen to the average? Would it stay 20?
No, it will become
it
5.
No, not 5. It will be in between. Less
Yeah,
than,
it will be.
that's for sure. Okay? Clear? Okay, can we start with unlocking the problem and solving some activities regarding the effect of the outlier?
Yes.
Okay, Ahmed, I want you to sit properly, please, my dear. Let's see. No problem. Who would like to read?
Me.
Okay. We start with Ahmed Nabhan, then Badr will help. Start, Ahmed.
Look, the problem. The table that gives the number of days that the 24 members of Garfield Middle School volleyball team were absent for school last year.
Okay, so what do I have in this table? Ahmed? The number of
Volleyball team.
is, right?
Volleyball team absent.
Yes, exactly. And how many members do we have in this team?
How many what?
How many members do we have in this team?
24 members.
24 members. First, they mentioned it in the instruction here. And second,
And you can count.
yes. If you count the table here, you have 8. Here you have 3. 8 times 3 is 24. So we have now 24 members, right? And this
Yes.
table would tell me how many days they were absent. Okay, the question is, find the, let's say, mean, median, and the outlier. Are you ready to do it?
Yes.
Okay, first of all, what do we need to have? We need to do a number line. Turkey, would you tell me why is it, why the scale is from 0 to 18?
Because it
What is the least value I have?
1.
No, look at the table in front of you.
3.
3. What is the highest one?
16.
16. So I could start either from 0 to 16 or from 0 to 18, but for sure I will not start from 10, right? I must have
Yes.
number 3 included on my number line. Okay,
Yes.
now,
Miss,
if I wanna-
should we do a number line?
we will do it together, then I'll give you another problem. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, now to plot these dots, Badr, what shall I do? If I tell you fill in or plot these dots in the number line or make a dot plot.
0 will not have anything on top of it.
Okay,
And 1 will not have anything on top of it.
okay,
And 2
Two.
will not have anything on top of it.
okay. What about 3?
3 will have,
From where you will get the information?
see how many 3s are there?
Bravo, where? In the?
In the,
Data
the chart.
Okay, and what did I tell you last time? What is it always preferable to cross the numbers? Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah,
3
let's
and 3. There is 2 3s.
only?
Yes.
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 So what do I do now?
You write
Now we write above the 3 2.
Just like that, right?
Yes.
So we add 2 dots on top of 3. Turkey,
Yes.
which number shall we do now?
4.
4. How many 4 do we have? Count. 1.
5. There is 5. 4.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3,
Yes. 5 4s.
5. Bravo. So this means how many dots shall I have on top of 4?
5.
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Amazing. Ahmed Nabhan,
Yes.
can you tell me how many 5s do I have? Let's count. 1,
5, 6.
2,
6.
3, 4,
4,
5,
5.
6. Is it only 6? Or we
7.
can have
No,
Seven,
8.
7.
7. Okay, let's go back. Look. Are you ready, Ahmed Nabhan?
Yeah.
Count. 1,
1, 2, 3, 4,
3, 4,
5,
5,
6,
6,
7.
7.
Seven.
How many dots shall I add?
8.
Why 8? If we have
No, 7.
7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. Okay. Now we move to the next value. Khalid, which number shall we do now?
7.
6.
Yes, 6. Can you tell me how many 6 we have? 1,
4,
2,
5.
3, 4, 5. Bravo. This means I need to add how many dots?
5 dots.
Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. Now we move to which value?
7.
7. Who didn't? Abdullah Sahel, would you tell me how many 7 do we have in the table?
He muted himself.
Why?
Oh,
And
now
he
he's
turned
back.
off his camera.
Okay, Abdullah, how many 7 do
Now
we
you are mute.
count? How many do we have?
3.
3, bravo. And finally, which number is left, Khalid? Wait, 8. How many 8 we have?
1.
1. And then the highest value is what?
16.
6.
16.
5, I mean.
Just a very quick question. What is the outlier here?
16.
Why is it so?
Because all the other numbers are
All the numbers are far from it.
Bravo.
but 16 is far from
Excellent, amazing. Now, is the outlier greater than the other values or much less than the other values?
less.
16 is less?
Oh, greater.
Greater. Okay, just a quick question for Turkey. Turkey, what is the mode of this data set?
Of what?
What is the mode here? For any data, I can speak of the mode, right?
Yes.
So, what is the mode here?
The mode is 6. 5.
What is the meaning of mode? Can you remind me, please? What is the meaning of mode? Abdullah Sahel, you said it at the very beginning of the session.
What is?
Mode. M-O-D-E.
Mode is
The mode is the number that come twice or more.
Yes, it's the most repeated or the most recurring one, right?
like
Yes.
29, 2.9. 2.9.
Which number is the mode here?
4 and 6.
No way.
7 and 8.
7.
Why is 7 happening the most? Occurring the most is 7?
No.
Which one has the most?
It's 5.
5.
Five.
Bravo, why? Because it has the
Oh,
most
wow.
stack of dots. Okay? So
No.
5 is the what? The mode. Bravo. What is the least value in this data set?
The least?
Hmm?
The least is 16.
Least. Least means smaller.
3.
8.
3. What is the highest one?
5.
16.
16. And what is the outlier?
16.
16 is the outlier. Bravo. So here, question is, read Ahmed Nabhan. Find.
Where?
Here, you can see it.
Find any value that are much greater or much less than the other values.
Okay, values.
Most-
Continue.
Most of the data values are between
Which and which numbers? Look back here. Between which? Most of them are between what and what? Which number? What is the least one here in this group?
3 and
3
6.
and
16.
No, I'm saying the
Three
most.
and
I'm not saying all. I'm saying the
Three.
most.
8.
3 and
Eight.
8. Bravo.
8.
yes,
Oh.
3 and 8.
Between 3 and
8.
8. The value, which one is the greater than the rest?
16.
16 is much greater than the rest. So,
So 16 is an outlier.
bravo.
Liar.
16 is the outlier. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So let's recap together. What is the outlier? Who can tell me?
16.
16.
Yes, 16 is the outlier in this problem. But what is the meaning of outlier?
I know.
Hmm?
The outlier is a number that's least higher or lower in the bar graph.
Or
The
dot
chart?
plot or any data set, because I can either
Yes.
use a dot plot or just using tables, right?
Yes, and it needs to be by itself.
Yes, as if it's lying out of the other
Yes.
page or the other
It's
page.
going out of the
Yes.
chart.
And let me ask you this question. Does the outlier affect the mean of a data or not?
Not.
Yes.
No.
Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
Yes, of course. Remember the test scores,
Half.
right? If you have one value that is much greater or much less than the other, it might or it will definitely affect the data or the mean, the average. Now, if the outlier is much greater, would the mean increase or decrease?
Much great. What, miss?
If the outlier is much greater, it will increase or decrease?
Increase.
Increase, bravo. And if it's much
Increase.
less,
It will decrease.
it will decrease. So, what effect do you think an outlier greater than the other data would have on the mean? The mean, we said that the outlier would make the mean greater than it otherwise would be. Who can remind me how can I find the mean of a data set?
The mean.
How do I find it?
The mean is. Alhamdulillah.
Bless you.
أنت
What is the
الله.
mean? How do I find the average? The mean of a data set?
We divide.
We divide what?
By 2.
No, pay attention. That would be the median. Do not get confused.
Oh, we
For the
add.
mean,
We add. We add.
We add all the sums together and we divide by the number of values we have. This is mean. For the median, Khalid, what do I need to do first to find the median?
Divide.
No, first, before dividing.
Add.
No.
Miss,
Pay
what?
attention. To find the median, what do I need to do first? What is my first step?
We put them from least to greatest.
Bravo, we put them in order from least to greatest. If I have an even number of values, I would look at the two middle ones. I will add them and then divide by 2. If I have an uneven number of values, it would be the middle value after putting them in order. Is it clear for
Correct.
all of you?
Yes.
Do you have any
Yes.
questions?
Miss, Miss,
Yeah, tell me.
will you give us a test about the outlier?
Yes, I'll be giving you an assignment regarding how to find the outlier and for you also to tell me whether it will help increase the mean or decrease the mean. Clear?
Okay.
Any questions?
No.
Okay, show me your thumbs. Have you understood the lesson?
Yes.
Show me your thumbs.
Yes.
Wow, I'm so happy. Okay, thank you for attending this class. Take care of yourself.
Welcome.
Stay safe, and I'm waiting to see you in our next meeting, okay?
Miss, when is our next meeting? Sunday?
We will send you the schedule on Edmodo, my dear.
Okay.
Okay, by the end of this week.
They said.
Stay safe. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
خلوك جون ها جون.
Bye, Abdullah. English. Bye-bye.
When?
مد